We have to take a look at Tesla here today. The stock has, I think many know, had a very big move post-election. A lot of reasons why. Of course, Elon Musk maybe being involved in the government, so on and so forth, and of course, regulatory tailwinds and robotaxis and so on and so forth becoming more realistic. A lot of good stories, a lot of good tailwinds, as I said, and the stock has had a commensurately bullish move. The question, I think, at this point that we're getting from people, is, I should say, is really, is it too late? I got over the weekend, I got a whole bunch of those emails. Can I still buy Tesla? And so through the lens of education, remember, we don't give advice here. This is purely educational. I think it comes down to a question of time frame. So let's have a look at this by looking at a couple of charts. And so first of all, to me, it's important to know that Tesla is it in a bullish trend? Like, is the longer term trend bullish or bearish or neutral? It's currently bullish, and you can see that by the green background color. You can see how that the background color of the chart has turned to bullish back in September, and since then our proprietary tool has continued to say, listen, it's bullish. The stock's now about 50% since then. That's great. Now let's look at the chart itself, though, and see if we can make some sense. If I look at Tesla and make this a weekly chart, I can see that the stock has, like many things, by the way, these huge rally attempts, or big rallies. They're not attempts, they happen. And then the stock basically falls dormant and it kind of just starts to consolidate. The most recent breakout here after the election, the stock is now up since the election. It's roughly, and don't quote me on this too closely, but roughly, 30, 40%, something like that. That's obviously a very big move. But more importantly, what's happening is the stock is breaking out of a range it's been in since November 2021. That's 3 years. So when I take a step back and I look at the near-term price action of the stock on the daily chart, this is what it looks like on the daily charts. And this is why we're getting the question, hey, Serge, could you do some analysis and let me know if Tesla hasn't maybe rallied a bit too much in the near term? And I would say yes. Listen, it's getting very stretched and up 40%. Our vertical X Pro indicator is telling us the stock's getting overbought. That's not a short. It's just that it's near-term overbought. So I would venture to say that ultimately the stock has more upside. I'll go back to the long-term chart in a second. But for right now, it might be getting a bit long in the tooth. It doesn't take much for the stock to consolidate, 5 or 10%, or maybe even honestly retrace back to the breakout point. It's entirely possible, and it would be healthy. Because of, I think those tailwinds that I mentioned before are probably going to last for a while. And again, the weekly chart, the long-term chart, if you want to just look at it pictorially, is such that we are seeing the stock just now starting to break out. This was last week's price action and then early this week. So I think this has a lot more legs, but we really have to make sure we pick our time frame. So for me, I'm looking to see if I might get the stock, into the portfolio when it starts consolidating a little bit here. But I want to be mindful of the fact that it is pushing higher through a multi-quarter, multi-year lens. I tend to go multi-quarter because multi-quarter, you can say 2 quarters is half a year already, 3 quarters of a year, that kind of thing. So that's the point on Tesla here. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, and have a great day.